to another Matt Plays Final Fantasy. So we're going to head off to our next location, which happens to be a magic town, over here to the northeast. It's a bit of a travel, so I have new mad skills I'm going to be putting to use for slimming things down. And they are already by the magic of editing. Here you'll find two different kinds of magic stores again. You'll find level 7s, where you'll buy every single spell. And then you'll also find level 8s. There is another town that sells level 7 magic, but as far as I'm aware, you don't want any of it. It seems to be mostly really lame stat boosting stuff that doesn't even come into play that often, if at all, because, again, this is the first Final Fantasy. A couple of spells, because Squaresoft was rushed, were never really completed. And yeah, strange things going on, more brooms walking around their own. Armor, yes. For armor, as you're seeing right now, you're going to want to get the gold ring for your mages as their main armor. And you're going to want protect rings for literally everybody. And yeah, I gotta sell some stuff out of Master Martial Artist's inventory because, yeah, some fall-off extra stuff from when I was scrounging up money. By the way, for money, you're going to want 715,000 gold. I know it sounds like a lot, but here's the trick that I at least learned for this, is that you go back to the Fire Temple, go all the way back down to the bottom floor, and where you picked up the, I believe it was the sword or a piece of armor, I can't remember which, but where you picked up the last item on the bottom floor, you go there and you fight the red dragon that appears literally every time you go to that chest. Be warned though, he can be a nasty bastard, so be prepared to leave, and you should have the exit spells and so forth. If you did, I told you after last time. So, yeah, that should be fine. And yeah, that was a quick edit because I had to sell some more junk again. And now we're getting weapons. We're getting a cat claw for the Black Wizard. Because, well, let's face facts, if he's not casting spells, he has to stab something, or knock it over the head with a staff, and the cat claw thus far has to be the strongest weapon I've seen for the Black Wizard. It really ups the crit rating, as well as how many times he'll hit, so his accuracy as well, and it will do some nice damage, but it will aggravatingly will not be enough to actually kill anything. It will be usually somewhere around 50 to 100 points shy of it, which is really good considering he's a wizard, but really annoying when you consider the fact that, well, he's supposed to be killing things at this point, shouldn't he? Here's the 8th level magic. For some reason, they tell me only to get Fade and Wall here, but I am thinking that I might have to get Xfer. X-F-E-R. I'm not sure you're supposed to pronounce that or just say the letters or what, but Xfer. I'm planning on going back and getting that for the White Mage, and you get Stop and Zap here for Black Mage, and I'm planning to get X or X's or whatever for Black Mage because I did use his other spell that was a attack spell, and it didn't seem to do anything unless I picked the wrong spell. I don't think I did. Actually, let me check the strategy guide, but I'm pretty sure what I used in the upcoming battle was supposed to be an actual attack magic, and it said ineffective. And if attack magic is ineffective against enemies and bosses, then what's the point of that attack spell then? However, also the little side plot in this area, oops, forgot to turn down the volume on this one, oh well. The little side plot in this area is that there's supposed to be a fairy in this pond here, and now the local pirate apparently kidnapped it and put it in a bottle and then sold it off. So now it's your task to go run off and try to find out what happened to the fairy and get back. Place the airship again, we're going to head a little bit south and way to the west. But you'll notice that there's no landing spot near that town, so you'll have to go a little further southwest. And then you'll have to get out on foot and travel all this section back in order to get to the town that you can see here. So, heading inside. There is magic shops here, as I mentioned, but also as previously mentioned, they are completely and totally worthless. You then got some crazy locals all over the place. Vasky landlubbers. And people really are over talkative about legs for some reason in this particular town. I don't know why. Maybe they like frog legs or something, I don't know. Talked to the wizard there a little bit. He doesn't really tell you much, but at least tells you something about the mermaids. And this gal is important, as she tells you about the person who is running a caravan that is taken off to the north and a little bit west of the current town you're in. This woman also talks about the mermaids, and this guy is apparently the brother of Dr. Yui, and Yui, Nui, and whatever. And we get another dragon over here. And he also bears witness to the fact that apparently you have shown your bravery to the other dragons and are a higher class now. And yeah, we still get to fight hydras. By the way, the hydras in this area are no longer just in the river, they are also on dry land too. Along with the Auroch, I believe they're called. The weird, bizarre, nasty looking plant dudes. And we get some saber tigers. And yeah, I accidentally keep telling Light Mage to just fight stuff because, well, this is not really scary stuff at the moment. I worry more dungeons and so forth. So as mentioned, north and tiny bit to the east, yeah, no place to land there, so you have to head across the desert on foot again. Spend 50,000 to get this freaking ferry. Thank God it's not nabbing. I should throw it right back at the guy. Manticore, which dies in one hit. Ta-da! Back into the ship. Head all the way back to the Magic City. Gaia, it's called, apparently. Double check in here. Yeah, I gotta check those spells yet. And as you can see, I'm heading back towards the ferry in the game here. Zap. Okay, that's why it didn't work. But yeah, zaps all enemies into an extra dimension from which they cannot escape. Yeah, that sounds like something that would only work at some points, not always. So I'm beginning to think that I'm supposed to buy the other level 8 spells. So if you have the extra, was it 60,000? Yeah, 60,000 for each spell. Go ahead and get all the level 8s. Woo! That be a wyvern, and they'll be dead wyverns in about 5 seconds. Like I said, the Black Mage now has pumped. He is ready to stab things hard in the eyes. He can handle things outside, but he's not going to be able to handle the water temple. Sadly enough. Maybe if we had a couple extra levels, but kind of trying to get this done and over with as quickly as possible. Don't want to waste too much time, of course. Yeah. Ocho. The Ocho there is also something you encounter on dry land here in this area. Not like it really matters because you're gonna stab it dead. Here we go. Starting to use the healing staff like one should. Finish that alligator off and then to the left. And the benefit of this dungeon, I might add, is that it's actually built into the town. So you just have to in here and save, and if you do happen to massively fail in this dungeon, you can actually recover out of it. And so here we are at the water dungeon. Both staircases you're only looking for are to the north. The one we're going to go with first is a little towards the east as well as to the north. We're going to be picking up a stone slab for a later event, as well as picking up some armor. But anywho, we should start right. Yeah. New sharks out of the way, finally. I color swapped the sharks. And they do hurt like a dickens too, and they actually get you a good hit in. Points, hit points, hit points, hit points. Head up to this floor, and I might add, not fight, I might add that there's actually another flaw on this floor for this dungeon. Again, I'm going off the old strategy guide, which, yeah, there's some obvious flaws. There's obvious flaws when you already accidentally flip a monster upside down for no apparent reason, but there's another particular flaw in this dungeon. On this particular floor, which is dubbed 4A, we're going to be heading first to the west and to the north to get the opal body armor. It'll be the first bit of opal armor we get here, and it's by far stronger than anything else we have up to this point, so yeah, definitely grab it. But you'll get opal armor at the top, but then the map says that the number 3 chest is a mage staff, and the number 4 chest is a light axe. So I went to go get the light axe, because it sounds like something at least worth grabbing up while you're doing it. But, well, you're going to see in a few moments. There's also a couple different chests around here with golden I should add as well. Something to look for if you want to loot for extra money, which again, I have done so with a couple other dungeons at this point, so yeah, going back to dungeons and looting for money is never a bad plan. Got our armor. Trade it out and equip it. And again, we're going to be heading over to try and pick up light axe. So we get sharks right now. Does best, and not with the heal staff again. Of course, again, you can use a heal for the entire party, and it doesn't cost you a single bit of magic. So yeah, a little bit further south. It's this room right here, and mage staff. That's where the light axe is marked as B. So they got that obviously goofed. Either the map is wrong or the numbers they placed are wrong. Either way, they switched around where mage staff and light axe are. So if you're using the old strategy guide, you're going to want to go looking for the mage staff. Although I will say the mage staff is not a bad grab. Essentially, mage staff allows anyone who has it in their inventory to use it as an item. And when you use it as an item, you are allowing them to cast Fire 2. So, not a bad plan after all, but it wasn't exactly something I was looking for. So yes, we're going to be heading off to the light axe as soon as we're done with the sea snakes. By the way, it would seem that these particular snakes no longer do the whole poison thing. At least I've never experienced the poisoning anybody the entire time I fought them down here, so at least one little benefit of running around in here, I guess. Damage. Oh, what am I going to do about the 1 damage? I'm not 600 hit points anymore. Light axe. So yeah, equip it right away and actually test out stats quick. 52 and 110. So So we equip the light axe, and 51 and 103. So our hit average and our damage goes down, but he still is able to cream some guys pretty good. So I'm not exactly overly irked about it, but just to point out that the ice sword does have a better average of hitting things and doing more damage, even though they aren't exactly, even if the monsters aren't exactly weak to ice. But also, the light axe has the side benefit of being used as an item once again, but in this case it can be used as a harm spell. So there goes our martial artist master using the mage staff as a fire spell. Heal staff again. So this heal staff is something you will want to spam as often as possible. It will really keep people alive for a lot longer. Came in handy with that fire dragon, the red dragon rather. And we killed a few of the ghosts with the harm spell for the light axe. And poor Black Wizard doesn't have his target anymore because Hockey did that. And he just can't quite finish anything off. But I will also add that just like the Grey Sharks, but more frequent, the ghosts will really hurt. Again, the Grey Sharks will hurt on occasion, especially if they get like a crit or something, but the ghosts almost always really hurt. So this floor, literally you can choose to loot this floor all you want and talk to all the mermaids if you feel like doing so. There is no enemies on this floor. By the way, we are on technically floor 5. Now, the rest of the opal armor as well as the stone slab that we're looking for is down here. And to it, there's a little trick to get the last of the, or some of the treasure parts that we are eagerly looking for. But the only way to find them is to go through a little trick, as we're about to show you right here. What you have to do is take the little path that you can just barely make out there towards the north. So we're going to head that way now, and head west. And then you get this little room here that's actually completely cut off from everything else. You get the opal, and the slab. One of those was the, let's see here. Look at the wrong page now. One of those was the opal, I believe, bracelet, which I gave to the white mage because, yeah, that's gonna be like the best armor she's ever gotten. I also switched around and equipped the opal, I believe it's helmet. Oh no, it's an opal helmet and an opal gauntlet, I believe we just got, as well as the slab. Gauntlet, not so worried about it. Oh, but when I first walked into that other room, we did get the opal bracelet, which, yeah, equip it on the white mage. It's the best thing for her, and actually saved her life in a little bit here. And in here we'll find the opal shield, which we will quickly equip and replace from the ice shield. Because, yeah, that's ice shield. We don't really need it. I do frequently try to see if anyone else can equip stuff because I can't always look at the guide 100% of the time. And I am very sad that the magic elemental-based weapons are not equipable by a black wizard. I would think at least a black wizard should be able to equip that stuff. But just my thought. So we're going to be heading back to the north to head back up to the main floor again. And more sharks. By the way, I hope you're liking the timed music I'm doing in this one. I am not going to be doing it so much in a little bit because, it's tiring trying to constantly edit music. I understand it's good to get people in the mood and everything, but after a little while it's kind of because you're constantly cutting and pasting and cutting and pasting, move this around, move that around, make sure the audio is the right sound level and so on and so forth. So yeah, in a little bit as we're heading towards the boss, I will actually stop constantly editing for the actual events going on the screen and we'll just go with a barrage of music. uninterrupted. Another gray shark. But yeah, I think I might have missed it, mentioning it earlier, but by about this point I'm level 26, and while we were in this dungeon I reached level 27. So you have the general rule of thumb is to be around that area, between 25 and 27 before you get here. Shot that shark. And moving on. Yeah, getting tired of it. So we're just gonna string along music. These scorpions are apparently lobsters, so color them blue and we can call them lobsters, even though they still look exactly like scorpions. As we got to the main floor again, we went to the west and north instead of the east. So if you're doing it all in one go, just head west, then head up the stairs. The next floor you're on, just head towards the north. There's a long road that heads that way. Nothing to get on that floor as far as I'm aware. Double check it. Yeah, nothing. Nothing to get on floor 2A. The staircase that we're heading towards will give us to 3B, 3A being the main floor that we first appear on when we enter the temple. 3B is a very tiny room and it'll just be another staircase. That will take us to 4B, which is another small but not quite as small room. Just head around the room in the center, there's nothing inside, and head to the staircase for 3C. There, just head around that. There's literally nothing in there. Wanted to heal though because people are kind of ill at hit points, nasty hitting ghosts and stuff. So head down that stairwell, head in here. These chests, next to nothing in them, but you know what? If you're gonna be here, why not just loot them anyways? An easy 500 bucks. 2 sharks and a whiz shag, or a wizard shag, as they are apparently supposed to be called. I said shag again. Sahag. Because they're short for Sahagan. I'm still bemused by the fact that they have Sahagans in this game. Very obviously taking a few minor cues from D&D and hiding it as best they can. They cut off Sahagan at the G. They just call Mind Flayers wizards. But there's also some classic old school monsters in here which they can easily get away with copying the names, of course. Orcs and goblins and nagas and stuff have been around for a long time. Oh, and golems. Apparently there's a possibility of bumping into a rock golem down here, but I do not believe I encountered one the entirety of my stay. There's also another version of Big Eyes, which I've never encountered. And there is a water fiend in here. I believe you might have seen the fire monsters. They're just called fire or water, but you know, actually not fiends, water elementals. That's what I should probably call them, elementals. Do my best guess as to what they are. They just call them by water element, but they're supposed to be a water elemental down here, which you can possibly bump into, which looks to be a nasty piece of work, except ice works really well on him, so an unexpected twist on that one. you've seen them, but do not call them out right away. There are sea trolls down here. If you have not seen them yet, I am pretty sure you're going to see them before the end. And of course, the ghosts here, fireworks, harmworks. They have 180 hit points. They will give you 990 experience and 990 gold per kill. Oh yeah, our martial artist master is down on one knee. Time to heal again. That's all he was looking at most. And we're heading to the west there. There we go. And this, I believe, is finally the big final room. Yeah, the floor that we just got off of, you head west until you come to the first crossroad, head north to the next crossroad. Actually, head north until you hit the room there. If you want to, in that room, there's about 8,000 to 7,000 gold in there. And also 2 and 3, which is a ribbon, which is not that great of an item. And another 900 gold in there. Head around that building to the west and head north again. And then head all the way west using the staircase we just went into before coming into this little fight. The staircase we come out of is in the further east, southeastern corner of the room. And what we're going to do is we're going to head west until you hit the fork, head north because there's literally nothing else to get on this floor. And then when you see an option to go to the west again, take it. And then what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to head south around the huge walled-in section that you see there. The only door to get inside is the south end in the middle. So we're going to have to head to its bell end, which we shall be doing momentarily. Again. Yay for a fire at full health. North throughout this section, and when we come close to the top, you'll notice that there's a little section of the chunk missing. Head around that and come at that from just north of it, and you'll find a door to get through. Once you head to that door, there's a very obvious path leading to another roundabout until we hit another walled-off section, and that is where the fiend will be. There, I'm done here. About 30 minutes. This video is about 34 minutes long. Take it forever to kill these snakes. These snakes are motherfucking tough. There we go. There, finally he gets the kill. He has the taste of blood. And north, west, that doorway. There's our sea troll, and there's another lobster. We're healing around because why not? Less costly on the amount of potions we have at this rate. Kill the troll in one go. And here we'll be going at normal speed again. Head north and around. And there's the doorway. So right here is where you go want to heal before you do anything else. Everyone else is at top health except for the poor martial artist. So he can martial arts master up to full health, and anyone else that might be injured at this point, and get ready to rock. You dare to challenge the Kraken, the fiend of the water! So Kraken here is actually supposed to be weak against lightning, while also being able to actually cast it himself, which I found to be weird, and also the fact that I used Lightning 3 on him, it didn't really seem to do much. So I gotta wonder if maybe they messed that up and maybe he's weak against ice, I don't know. But they say he's supposed to be weak against lightning and he doesn't seem to notice it much. Although it mentions it more than once that lightning should be a weakness of his, so I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it felt like the lightning didn't do all that much. And notice that the Kraken also hit the poor white wizard there for some massive damage. I believe that was something along the likes of 300 hit points and 8 hits. So yeah, be very careful about what's going on. I figured, what the hell? Let's go full out. Let's use Zap. Apparently that's supposed to be a strong spell, right? And for a white wizard, well, she needs some healing badly, so... well, let's go all out. Cure 4. Zap. Nothing. I declare bullshit. That's not really a spell then. And Cure 4 apparently permanently heals you completely. It will, no matter how much damage and how many hit points you have, Cure 4 instant complete heal. So that's kind of awesome. And that is the end of the Kraken. That's the end of the theme song. So we get our orb lit up, as you can see here. And we proceed forward another step, and we are outside of town again. So that is about it for this. Thank you all for watching. Not much else going on here other than going to the inn, healing and saving, of course. Again, apparently, for whatever reason they say Zap is the spell to go with for level 8, but I'm thinking I'm going to grab the other 2 level 8 spells just to be on the safe side and see what those can do. So I think those were the really good ones in the other versions. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe either A, they didn't finish them for this game, or B, that they are actually really good and they messed up something again with the spells. And how did that woman just do that? Wow, okay. Anyway, that's all for right now. I'll catch you all next time.